Let's throw up, you guys can tell me a difficult, or something that you have trouble with dating, and I'll try to walk you through it. Controlling men. Okay, expand on that a little bit. Ooh, after this one, getting that one. That's a great. Yes. So when you say controlling men, do you mean like literally, like they're a puppet controlling them, or do you mean being able to influence your values onto them? Tell you what to wear, where to go. The reason you're going to have trouble with that is because men aren't creatures to be controlled. Men are creatures of ego. So you can't go into a relationship or go into dating someone um, looking to control every asset of their life. That's where trust has to come in, and if you have your own trust issues, then that's something you'd have to hurdle over to get a decent relationship out of somebody. Uh, also, men do not respond well to limits, or that word control is very, very, it's a negative emotion. Even across the board, when we hear that connotation that we're going to be controlled, it creates an uncomfortable feeling. I don't have time to tell a man what to wear. Well, I think that's a good thing. But in general, you know, guys don't like to be told what to do from anyone. Not saying a woman in particular is greater or lesser than, but in general, guys don't like being told what to do. So my recommendation would be to influence your beliefs first, or at least introduce them to whoever you choose to date next, and then see if that guy is willing to cooperate, and if he's not, move on. Autumn, what was your question again? Can you type it? Picking out the right kind of man to date. Okay, here we go. It's not so much picking the right kind of guy to date, it's so much as um, being comfortable in your own values. So, you can't run around trying to be picky and just say, I'm going to date this person. What you have to do is establish for yourself your own standards of what is critical to you. If it's family, that's great. If it's sports, whatever, you know, whatever it is that you value, when you establish that to yourself, then the guy that complements that will come along. So it's not so much looking around and trying to pick the right person. It's establishing it for yourself and then letting your presence and your influences be that on someone else. Does that make sense? Oh no, yeah, he's out there. But you gotta be careful with trying not to fall into like what I call the one syndrome. And by my definition of that is every time you date a guy, you think he is Mr. Right. So you got to be careful with that, and not get so wrapped up into every dude. I would recommend that you go old school in the dating game and have multiple people that you go see and just go on just one date with, or come up with a couple guys in your head that you would date that you know or don't know or you would like to know. So that way you can kind of keep moving forward and you keep yourself busy and nothing's heavy. It's fun. You meet new people and things like that. It's worked out a lot better for me when I started doing that than whenever I would talk to someone, just putting all my eggs in the basket and having it crash and burn. So you gotta be careful with that. Oh, good. Yes. Does that make sense? See if your comment comes up there. I'm also streaming this through my computer, so there's a delay. Okay. But you were hoping that by branching out, the branch would grow, but it didn't. Oh, well, okay, so here's my thing on branching out. It just died. Oh. Okay. Well, here's the thing with that, though. Just because it branches out and it doesn't work doesn't mean you don't have to branch out again. What that means is, the first thing you do when that happens is you be thankful for your experiences, good and bad. And what I mean by that is, even if it didn't work out, you need to be thankful for the experience because you put yourself in a different situation than what you normally would have. So that's step one. You overcame something that's naturally in your DNA. You're like, ugh, it was uncomfortable. I didn't like it. Number two, you pray about it, obviously. And then number three, you get ready to move on. You do it again. Because the more you branch out, the less it becomes branching out, the more it just becomes a part of what you do. So that's what you would do, and that's what happens when you, or whenever a branch dies, or it just breaks, And when I say be thankful for experiences, good and bad, I had a terrible, terrible relationship. And it took me a long time, still takes me a long time, to get to a point where I don't hate everything that went on. But when you look back on it, it was a girl that I normally wouldn't have dated, but I decided to branch out. It didn't work out, but I'm still thankful for the experience because it's enabled me to, be a different kind of guy, and it sharpens your view of what you really want. So, branching out is the best option. But, what's up, Charity? How's it going? Thank you for the hearts. I hope that made sense. If not, you can ask me to clarify on it. You're fine. I still got a little bit here, so if you have questions, you can throw it up there as well. Tackle him. Him down. It does make sense, but at this moment I'm tired of searching for love. I kind of just want... Yes. Okay. That's also probably why it's hard, because you're trying to find love. What you need to find first is just a commonality. When you find a commonality, then that becomes somebody you like, and then hopefully over time, that like becomes love. So, love seekers generally have a hard time dating. So, if you get, it's a shift in your mindset. It's a shift in how you approach everything. Find a friend that could lead further. Not necessarily. That's a tricky one. I'll address that in a second. But it's just shifting your mindset from, oh, I'm gonna find the love of my life, to, I'm gonna check this guy out. You know, he seems pretty cool, and we're gonna see where it goes. So, I would say I'd recommend that. As far as dating a friend that goes further, that's tricky, and I don't recommend it because when you date a friend that you've relied on for a long time for advice or to be there for you, and then you end up dating, there's a line that gets crossed there. And once it gets crossed, there is no going back to how things were, no matter how long you have been friends. In most cases, that makes it worse if you've been friends for a long time. I like how you put that, yeah. Thanks, I try. But when you do that and you cross over that bridge, there's no going back to that. So you've not only you've lost somebody that you liked as a person, you've now lost a friend. So that's why dating friends it's tricky. I've only done it successfully one time, and that was this past summer. Every other time, it just sucks because you break up and you split, or you get to that point where it's no longer a friendship and it's just awkward. Like, you can't talk to them the same way because, you know, feelings are feelings. See, it's just difficult. Like, it's just difficult to do because the more into a relationship you get, the more you're going to exchange with each other. What I call, you give each other ammo, right? So, like, the more ammo you give someone, you know, when you split off, they have more ammo, and it hurts you when you leave, kind of thing. Oh, tackle him! What are you doing? Ammo as in, you can give them personal details, like things you don't normally tell people. Also, memories would fit under that category as well. Like the first time you guys started holding hands or something, like, you know, that first kiss on the first date, or when you tell them that, you know, you had this issue and you trust them with that information. It's just more, I'd say, like, connecting. That's what I mean by ammo. But yeah, memories fit that as well. I was trying to give you some more examples. Good. Glad you got it. Oh. Oh, we lost one. Charity left. That's okay, though. La da da. Oh, thanks for the hearts. Hearts are always nice. Namaste. Have you ever prayed for something since you've been like 12 and it still hasn't been answered? Yes. Yes, I have. I've prayed for the day where I wouldn't hate my biological father. I have prayed for that since I was 12, and it's still not happening. I still have that anger and that hate. No problem. Yeah, so my situation was my biological father bailed on my mom when he found out she was pregnant with me. And whenever my mom had that talk with me when I was 12 or 13, kind of the age where we can start processing stuff, a lot of hate, a lot of anger, and it's still there. I still have no desire to be any kind of liking to him. That's why I quit football. That's why I quit a lot of things. So yeah, I've definitely had something where I've prayed for since I was 12, and it still hasn't come true yet. So, to answer your question, yes. You don't really think about it too much. It's more of a, like I've never seen him or met him or anything, so it's not. It's more of like a why kind of thing. I still don't have any desire to make contact. I could if I wanted to, but I just don't have any because my thing is, if I wasn't like reason enough for him to stick around, like why should I make time for him? He didn't make any time for me to stick around whenever my mom was pregnant and stuff. So yeah, I don't care. Well, it's nice to connect in that way. I don't want to say I feel better because that's a tough situation too. Uh, but thank you for the attempt. It's appreciated. Also, for those watching this broadcast, at 10 p.m. every night, if you follow at the Kyle Mack, he does God advice and prayer requests like I do right here, just at a later time frame to catch more of you night owls. I do mine earlier because I cannot stay awake that long. Yeah, it can be tough once you learn to let go. You are right, amen, sister. If I could heart that comment, I would. I would just tap it up, amen. But yeah, that's the definite answer to your question. All right, that's cool. I believe if you don't follow me, but I think you do. But yeah, thanks for tuning in. Thank you for everyone else that tuned in as well. The replay will be on catch.me/Jalen Holston. So yeah, be looking forward for more of these. And I have really enjoyed you coming on and being a contributor to the Periscope, and thank you for the hearts. But yeah, I try to do these at least 2 or 3 times a week. It's as often as I can do it right now because of my crazy schedule with volleyball. But thanks for tuning in, and I will see y'all around the bend.